weather. This afternoon and evening, there will be a light breeze out of the east-northeast, some clouds and 58. Very light rain and clouds tonight, a little colder at 47. Tomorrow, partly sunny and a light breeze right around 6 miles per hour with a high of 60. About the same at 62 Friday, and we'll have mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good? Introducing Lucid Stream TV. Get over 2,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch local network channels from most major markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. Just $41.99 a month. Cut the cord, not the fun. To get Lucid Stream TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click the Lucid TV logo.
Don't just wait for the big game. Bet on big playoff games every weekend. Only on Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us and turn playoff predictions into paydays. If your team's season is already over,
looks like they're headed home early.
It only takes $1 to make any game interesting.
And we're back. What a game.
Download Hard Rock Bet. Win your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable in bonus bet up to $100. Not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Is your restaurant looking a little tired from the long off season? Is your office a little offish? Start the new year off right by giving them a fresh start. Fresh Start Cleaning is now accepting new clients. Ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services. Fresh Start Cleaning. Get clean again with Fresh Start. Call 850-771-6917, 771-6917, and ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services.
Major Smokehouse is in a new location. Highway 77 North on the right just before you get to the Bailey Bridge in Lynn Haven. Same great local old school smoked meats like no other. Homemade side dishes and Brunswick stew that's out of this world. For carry-out catering and a family atmosphere for dining in. It's Major Smokehouse. Highway 77 North on the right before the Bailey Bridge in Lynn Haven. Open 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Closed Sunday. Major Smokehouse.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601, 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
WVLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Everybody would ask me why I came to Notre Dame. The truth is I came here to win a national championship.
The Ohio State Buckeyes.
Well, you'll be a Buckeye legend for life. How does that sound?
I just want to win a national championship.
The College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T.
The stakes get much higher.
Hit by Sawyer, ball's loose. Sawyer comes up with it.
Intercepted by Christian Gray of Notre Dame.
Coverage starts Monday at 6 on your home for college football, ESPN, Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now we're taking
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got in the bag.
the inside drive. From college to the pros, interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, the inside drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And good Wednesday morning. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 in Panama City and Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe. You can watch, like, listen, comment, subscribe, share, and follow. That is Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Those are our live streaming platforms that you can check out live or after the fact. And if you're feeling zealous, you can clip out some stuff too and share it. I know Jay does that all the time on his golfwithjay.com Facebook page.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
You do.
I do.
Jay, I do have a question for you to get the show started.
Okay.
What on earth are you going to do when this TikTok ban goes into effect?
Oh, boy. Well, I'm not much of a TikTok kind of guy, so it's not
Shocker.
it's not gonna affect me.
No?
How about you guys?
I'm going to be.
Our clock's still going to work? If you're banning TikToks, the clock's still...
That's fair.
You know who's happy? Captain Hook.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok goes the croc.
Yeah.
The croc or the clock?
The clock and the croc.
Yeah.
Right? Because didn't he eat the clock or something, the big alligator?
He did.
I think he did, yes.
Yeah.
Used to watch that movie around Thanksgiving time a lot for some reason.
Rufy. Oh. The one kid, I forget his name in the show, but he played football for Coastal Carolina.
What?
The really big kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a lineman, obviously.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact. Didn't know that was going to happen today. But yes, I think a lot of people are going to be looking for jobs potentially if the influencer stock goes down without TikTok. Luckily,
They'll find another app.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other ones.
It'll be TokTik or something.
Yeah, I do think there is a couple other Chinese apps that have got going already.
It's got to be those Chinese apps, right?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, no American make something up that we could just enjoy that way, huh?
No.
Outsource everything.
That's it. That's it.
It's been a kind of a China week, hasn't it? Have we talked about China a little bit this week?
I don't think so. I think that's just you.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
And I think they're kind of putting themselves in the news a little bit, but hopefully they're listening. They're always listening.
They are.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's likely to happen here in the next couple of days is unless somebody buys it, that's the rule. Somebody's got to buy it. People are trying to get Elon Musk to buy it. I don't know if he's not American, so I don't know if that would count. I mean, he's an American businessman, but
He's already got Twitter, so.
yeah, might as well. I don't know what our monopoly laws say on that. But
Well, Facebook and Instagram are all owned
yeah, it's
by
all
Meta.
Yep.
Is Snapchat too, or are they their own entity?
I don't know. I've never dabbled into the old Snappy Chat.
Yeah, probably a good thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Didn't it used to go away when you sent a?
I think that you can still have it that way. I don't know. I really don't know. Like I barely use it. I barely use it.
I know Jay doesn't.
Well, Facebook, I like the TikTok for the reels and like the highlights, but Facebook
got those on Facebook too.
Yeah, Facebook is phenomenal.
They're all the same. YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, TikTok.
People send me stuff like that's a TikTok reel or whatever, and
That's
I'm
been
like,
shared to
I can't open it because I don't have TikTok because it's going to be illegal, and so I don't do illegal things.
Nope.
Right.
Straight edge. Straight edge indeed.
That's what's funny about that, Jay.
Nothing.
You're just over there laughing away.
Yeah, laughing pretty hard.
No.
Golly.
No glove today?
No glove.
Couldn't find
Same
it.
hoodie, just no glove.
That's right. And y'all get no love.
The love glove.
Yeah.
The love
That's
glove.
right. Y'all get no love today, and you're going to like it.
The one finger love glove.
They do make some pretty wild golf gloves nowadays, though, that have a lot of inappropriate things on them. I'm sure you've seen them on Instagram and
I
stuff
don't think
like
I
that.
have.
No?
Uh-uh.
No, I'm not going to elaborate on them. Maybe
Oh.
I'll tell you in the break. 'Cause
Okay.
They're certainly inappropriate. But funny. Funny nonetheless, should your humor live in that corner.
Gotta
which
have
humor. I know the both of you, your humor certainly lives in that corner. But yeah.
Got all four corners of the ring for my humor.
That's it. That's it. Four corners. What's the 4 states, Jay?
What's that?
4 corners.
The 4 corners?
Yeah.
Have you did the whole like left leg, right leg?
No,
and the
I've
arm?
never been there.
No. Is it New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, and
Utah?
Utah?
Is Colorado not in there?
I think Colorado is. Colorado.
I have no idea.
Let's find out.
4 corners and 7 years ago.
You have to pay to go. It's $8.
$8. I'll pay $8 to be in 4 states at one time.
That's it. That's it. Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico.
Okay.
You tried to sneak Nevada in there.
Yeah.
And the old gal from Nevada, she's just a little bit too far west.
That's right.
Because she abuts up to California, which does not make a corner. It's
Now
just hot, that's all.
What's the famous route that goes from east to west?
66?
Yeah.
Is that part?
Unless you go to Sonic, then it's Route 44.
Oh,
That's a big old route right there.
That's a lot of liquid.
that is.
I never go to a fast food restaurant and be like, give me as much possible soda as you can in a cup, please.
I asked for it in a bottle.
Ah, that's true.
Yep.
Route 44 bottle. It's a big old bottle. It's like a 2 liter.
That's bigger than a 2 liter, right? I know.
I wonder.
44
That'd be a good
ounces.
experiment.
I think a 2 liter is like 67 and a half
Okay,
ounces.
so 44 stands for the amount of ounces.
I would imagine.
It would make sense. It
Yeah.
looks like 44. It looks like 44.
I like it in the can. Yeah.
Well, next time you go, ask.
Yeah.
And then if they say no, you just take your business elsewhere.
That's right.
Jay be drinking them 40s.
Yeah, Mad Dog 2020.
The paper sack.
Goodness. We've broached a lot of topics here in the
Yes,
first,
we have. Yes, we
6
have.
minutes, but that's the usual here on the Inside Drive. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you are a seasoned veteran, you know the deal. All right, Jay, tell me about the golf league last night. I know it got kicked off about 5 p.m. our time. I was still on the University Academy soccer field at that time, and then we had a flag football game last night.
Well, L.A. just demolished the
As you predicted.
Yeah. I mean, L.A., I tell you what, between the Rams and now the L.A., I mean, L.A.'s on
Dodgers, LA's on fire. Yeah, no, that is true.
I stopped myself.
You did
I stopped
good.
myself.
You did good.
But
their sports teams certainly
they are.
That's for
That's
sure.
what I
Dodgers
mean.
won the World Series. I don't know about the Kings. That's a hockey team.
LA
Jay.
Kings are playing pretty good hockey right now.
That's right. We talked about the standings yesterday. I remember they were in at least the top 3.
Not giving up a lot of goals this year.
It's the key to success, Jay.
Yeah.
Don't let people score.
Did you guys watch any of the TGO last night?
We were busy.
I just explained to you why I didn't see it, why I was asking you what transpired. I did watch some clips on SportsCenter and stuff like that.
Heard it wasn't good.
Yeah, I heard Tiger Woods was terrible. Came out to Eye of the Tiger, and then he hit one like over the green into the water. He hit a lot of poor shots and seemed more time like he was laughing than actually playing good golf.
Which, I mean, this is what it's all about.
Watching Tiger Woods play bad golf.
This is about bad golf. That's what the TGL is all
I mean,
about.
Kevin Kisner bladed one out of the bunker, hit the flagstick, and then everybody couldn't get their lives back together because it was the funniest thing they've ever seen.
Yeah, well, if that ball does not hit the flagstick,
It's hitting somebody in the crowd.
Yes.
Yeah.
that would have been awesome.
Yeah. Keep your head on a swivel.
It would have been.
Keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's real sand.
It looks real.
It's quartz.
Well, it's technically what Augusta National sand is quartz. That's why it's so white and soft.
Yeah. Salty.
Salty.
Yeah, you haven't tasted no sand lately?
I haven't.
Jay normally eats a handful before that's what he uses for mouthwash.
Yeah.
The grit.
That's right.
That's one way to get the plaque off your teeth, I guess.
The sand does that. I mean, it really does. I mean, it does that to your feet and your toenails whenever
It's
you're
an
out.
exfoliant, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about your teeth, though.
I don't know about your teeth, but
It's an enamelator.
Yeah.
It eliminates the enamel off.
Enamelator. So is lemon. Don't eat lemons.
no.
That'll take that.
But it will take care of your gut, though.
Yeah.
If you got some gut issues,
Good gut.
get you
Gut
some-
health is important,
It is.
especially as you get older.
Yes. Yeah.
Once you get over 40, gut health is paramount. That's for sure.
It is.
And if you talk about it, you'll get served with 1,000 different advertisements on all your social media platforms.
Yep.
And then you're like,
Yeah.
should I be doing this?
Right.
Like, I don't know. They're trying to tell me something. Or is it just all those smart computer programs keying into what we love?
Oh yeah. Like tonight, I'm sure I'll get an ad about a local GI doctor. You know, gastrointestinal
Well,
doctor.
good for that doctor for advertising on social media.
Absolutely. But yeah.
Boosted posts. Yeah, so 12-1, huh?
12-1. That was a wash.
It was a butt whooping.
Yeah.
It looks like in the triples, what's their team name? The Jupiter Golf Club. They only won one hole in the team match and lost a bunch of other ones as well. And in the singles, they got swept pretty hard as well. But a lot more people seemed wanting Charlie to get out there and play.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, they would have gotten a few more points, I'm sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing him slide into some of this kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about Tiger? You think it's he's getting close to riding off into the sunset?
Gotta be, man.
I mean, how much longer can you continue this on?
No.
He created this virtual golf with Rory. He doesn't have to walk. It's supposed to be easier for his legs, his back, all that stuff. And, you know, your golf game still has to be good to hit into a simulator.
There's some weird moments throughout they're still weird. I guess it's just so new.
Yeah.
or
And golfers are kind of awkward people.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, look at you.
Yeah, right. Right.
But hey, I mean, they're trying it. It's new. They're sticking with it. 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the Eastern time zone seemed interesting to try to do it as a time.
Yeah, well, and whatever we read yesterday was false because it was a 7 Eastern, 6 Central tee off.
That's what you read, actually.
Yeah.
Remember? Because I told you.
I did. I read it, and I read it off of, whatever.
TikTok.
I read it off the TGL website.
So they lied.
Yeah. I sure did.
There's your root of the problem.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of liars.
Must be.
Come on over to the Live Tour. We keep it real.
That's right. No lies there on the Live.
And we don't even get OGWR points.
I think it's more fun than Live.
That is crazy.
Shocking, Jay. Shocking.
You really think that fake golf?
Yep.
Okay. I'll be nice. Simulated golf. You think that's better than actually being on the golf course?
I do. Yep.
You are stuck in your ways.
Am I?
I think so, man. I think so. What's better than seeing the crowd having a good time rather than TGL? People are going to be interested in that for like 6 more events, and then I'm like, okay, that was fun while it lasted.
I think they only got like 5 or 6 more events, and then it ends.
Yeah, well, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Too much of a bad thing is not a good thing, Jay, no matter what you think.
No, that's fair.
To piggyback on David's question, so you'd rather go spend some time playing a round of golf indoors on a simulator than actually going outside and playing a round of golf?
Well, I mean, from a viewership standpoint.
Oh, okay. So this is from a viewership standpoint.
Yeah.
So you'd rather watch somebody play indoors on a simulator than watch them play outdoors?
Yeah. Well, and it's just the platform of it all. It's on ESPN. It's prime time. There's nothing much going on Tuesday evenings, at least not in my
host of great basketball games.
Well, yeah.
But hockey games too, but I know that's not your thing.
But it's like, I feel like with Live, if it was a little bit more out there, it gets, in my world, it gets not thought about. Like it's not front
top of mind.
No, it's not top of mind.
But TGL is.
Yeah. I know, kind of crazy, right?
This is bizarre. I would have completely thought the opposite. I thought you would have been all about watching people really play golf rather than inside on a simulator. I mean, the technology is pretty cool. They got a gajillion cameras and an IMAX screen that you're hitting into.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to kind of keep going with it and just see.
But you did tune into the first 2.
Yeah. And, we talk about it, right? Infatuation lasts for about 6 or 8 weeks, and then it kind of fades away. So ask me in 6 or 8 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will. I'll ask you about your love connection winner, too, in 6 to 8 weeks after the show. I'm going to have to start putting that out there pretty soon, Jay. I need you to be committed.
I've been committed since day one.
If you're in, you're in. I'll start the vetting process.
Now, I do. There's a pre-interview process.
I need you to send me a 5 to 10 questions.
Okay.
That I can vet them with, and then make sure they pass your criteria first.
I just need a 30-second video of them introducing themselves.
Oh, now you want a video?
Yeah.
That's not how this works, though. It's like blind dating. It's the whole point why they call. They're going to be on the phone.
They're not in studio.
I don't think that's as fun, in my opinion. Because now you get to
I think we need to do a 2-rounder, right? So you got
bracket.
Yeah, so like 5 to 6 girls, right? And we spend like a whole hour.
Well, we're gonna have to because we can't have them all on the phone at once.
Yeah, so we don't even need a screening process. We just need the 6, and then the screening process is the first part of the love connection, and then we whittle it down to 2, and they come in here and battle for Jay's love.
Boom. Jay,
vocally, not physically. Yeah. But if we have to get a little pool or something,
love connection
a little
for
mud
Cancer 11.
Oh, this is good. I like it. It's the fact that
that's why we're doing it.
This is great because I'm not going to be able to see. I'll make a pact right now. I won't be able to see this particular lady.
Pack?
Yeah,
ladies,
plural.
And
should we be able to get more than one?
And then
or any in general,
right? And then a week later. She shows up in studio, and I'll have to just kind of roll with it. It like Jamie Foxx in Living Color when he went on the dating the dating show.
Yeah,
and
LaWanda, the dating game,
or the dating game, and LaWanda showed up, and I was like, oh.
So that could happen to you.
that would make my year.
Two ladies walk in and Jay's like, I actually just got a lesson, man. It's crazy how that popped up, but I got to roll. And then me and Ryan are in here trying to. Yeah,
kind of smooth things.
LaWanda was like, I'm gonna rock your world.
Don't you? I would expect something like that to happen. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make that happen. What would be a question you'd want me to ask? I'm just curious. Like one off the top of your head.
Describe love to me in 3 words.
3 words? That's not the question I thought you were going to come with, but hey, we'll roll with it. You describe love in 3 words. I need to know this.
You ain't bringing this back around.
No, because it's kind of like that
this helps me.
Newlyweds game or whatever, where you got to have like the words match or whatever.
Yeah, and then you get points, yeah.
So go ahead.
Love, patience, and kindness.
You can't use love for
patience,
and rhythm and balance.
Patience, kindness, caring. There you go.
Okay, Paul. Right in the Bible.
Yeah.
Love is patient. Love is kind.
And in this circumstance, love is blind.
Love is blind.
There's a show on Netflix called Love and Blind. It's the same thing. They basically just sit there and talk to each other, and then they have to decide who they want to pursue, and then they see each other. And the best part of that show is when they see each other and they're really disappointed.
What the heck?
Yep. And it's and then they interview them after the fact, and they're just very honest, and it's entertaining. It's entertaining.
I've actually watched an episode of that before.
And they have it in various countries too. They got like one in the UK. So the accents, Jay, are more up your alley.
So somebody got catfished, is what you're saying?
Well, not technically catfish because they were behind a wall the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
They weren't pretending to be somebody they weren't.
Okay.
They just couldn't see them, obviously.
They are who they are.
That's it. But yeah, no, and then some of them end up getting married.
Wow.
There's some other good shows like Love After Lockup. That's a classic.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Basically, they get together while one of them is in prison and
see if they can keep it rolling.
And not to be a spoiler, but not many are successful after the fact.
Surprise!
I can tell you that because obviously, when the one person's in jail, they're pretty much using the other person, and then when they get out, the relationship typically doesn't continue. And I'm sorry if I ruin that for everybody, but
no, I mean it's like that officer up in North Alabama.
Oh yeah,
somewhere in North Alabama.
Vicky, and we've watched all of those. Yeah.
Man,
especially given how close it was to where Beth grew up.
Dude, like that's manipulation times like a million.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. Yeah, she took him out. They drove for a transfer and never came back. And then I think he ended up killing her, and then he killed himself. Or vice versa.
Yeah, because they got into a chase.
Yeah, that's right, in the car. Yep.
Man.
Old Vicky. Me and Beth were, if we went anywhere for Halloween, that's what we were going to do. It never came to fruition. I'm also not like 6'7", so tough to do that.
Right.
But she could certainly pull off the Vicky with the blonde hair and the jail outfit.
She could. Yeah.
Definitely. All right. When we get back, we'll talk about some college basketball scores from yesterday. Did have some upsets there in the SEC. 2 top 5 teams ended up taking L's yesterday. Just real quick too, I want to give the Patriots a huge shout out. Had a great game last night. First loss of the season. Back and forth all game. A lot of energy, a lot of fun. Went into overtime. Patriots won. We actually won the toss. We played defense first. Patriots went for 1, got it. The kids, I was proud of the kids. I said 1 or 2, and they were all like 2, 2, 2. So they wanted to go for the win, and it didn't come to fruition, and
that's what statistics call for, right?
We dialed up the analytics. Yeah,
the analytics say when you're the the better team, you should go for 1 to keep it rolling at that point. But aggression prevailed, and hey,
gotcha.
Proud of the kids either way because they put their hearts on the line last night.
They did, and you learn a lot more from losing than you do from winning. So it's all about trying to get better each week and taking it in stride.
That's right.
But we'll go ahead and take a quick break. When we'll get back, we'll talk about some of these SEC top 25 matchups from last night. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the afternoon underdogs.
But even though they had really great things going for them in their conference, they didn't deserve to make it to this seeding, to get absolutely blown out in round 1. And that is my whole beef with the whole thing. It should have never been 12. It should have been maybe pushing it 10, but capped right about 8.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Wednesday's weather. This afternoon and evening, there will be a light breeze out of the east-northeast, some clouds and 58. Very light rain and clouds tonight, a little colder at 47. Tomorrow, partly sunny and a light breeze right around 6 miles per hour with a high of 60. About the same at 62 Friday, and we'll have mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
Landscaping, your local dedicated experts, providing top-notch lawn care services and transforming your outdoor space. Expert mowing and trimming, precision edging and blowing, irrigation solutions, hardscaping designs, and even low-maintenance artificial turf. Community Landscaping, your full-service landscape design and maintenance company in Panama City Beach, Inlet Beach, and 30A. Call Community Landscaping for a free quote, 850-704-5267.
Starting fresh.
Fresh new start.
Locally sourced, Farm to Radio. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is live and local. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN at Northwest Florida. Jay.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't it be cool if just everywhere you went, you walked in at like a song played as you walked in?
Yeah, like the Tiger with the Tiger.
Yeah, that kind of backfired.
Yeah. Now, you don't think so? I kind of got chills.
I was excited until I saw how poorly he then played.
Well, yeah, but
if you're going to come in with Eye of the Tiger, you got to come in with some good golf too.
Yeah. I know Charlie got the big high five from him. Did you see his Charlie's friend was had his hand out, waiting for Tiger, and like he just totally didn't.
Yeah, I don't expect Tiger to.
Yeah,
he's more of a.
Y'all don't have like theme music playing in your head whenever you walk into places.
I need it.
I do. Yeah, especially when I walk in here to work every day.
Give us a taste.
Just depends on the day. Like today, what was it? I don't even remember. Dun, 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 dun. There you go, man. I come in just hitting anything in my way. If people are in my way whenever I walk in here, I knock them over like bowling pins.
A lot of people
come on now, do you know
dude.
my stature in this station?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The epitome of ESPN Northwest Florida.
That's Jay Henley, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Mine's You're the Best Around. It always has been.
You love
Karate
the
Kid.
Karate Kid soundtrack.
You're the best around.
It's really only that one line, though.
It is.
And that because the rest of the song is really not that, like, fiery uppy.
No, it's not. But that one line.
That one line, you sit there and wait for it the whole time.
Yeah. What's yours? What's right now? Right now.
Right. Well, now I got You're the Best stuck in my head. Oh. Because you said it. I don't know. Usually I've got something, excuse me, that I pick up to start the day, and then it just kind of runs on repeat most of the day. When I was playing good golf, I always had a song in my head. But that was more to kind of play golf in the subconscious.
Gotcha.
To not think about what I was doing and focus on the song and just let your preparation and reps come to life.
That sounds like a Phil Shomo right there. I like
There's
it.
probably some merit to that because it's distracting your conscious brain from what you're actually doing. It's a lot of big words for you there, Jay.
There is.
You good?
Yeah, just,
Just taking it all in.
Just taking it all in.
Taking it all in, trying to get some lessons in before all this crazy weather comes.
Yeah, man. Come Saturday, you
come
might,
tomorrow.
Yeah, you might better find something indoors to do come Saturday.
Do some simulator golf?
Perhaps. Golf Plus?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe.
We should test that out for Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Gotta do a show.
$75 an hour.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We could play live on the air.
I would love, that would be great.
Yeah, be fun.
You need some reps in. You ain't got any reps in.
It's been a while.
It has.
It's been a while since I've had any reps. No doubt about that. All right, Jay. Yesterday, we talked about all the big top 25 matchups as we left the show, as we approach our second and a half segment right now. We'll start with the Auburn Tigers, as we are your home for the Auburn Tiger basketball team here in the Florida Panhandle. The big question was, were they going to be able to keep up the good play without their big star, Janai Broome? And the answer, Jay, was yes.
Yes.
They had a lot of other people step up. Cheney Johnson, Chad Baker-Mazzara, even old Petford had a really nice windmill dunk. And Auburn won that one 88-66. I'm going to tap into this Chloraseptic in the break.
Tap into it now.
Yeah.
Go ahead and you just tap in, and Jay will give us his recap.
Yeah, what do you think about Auburn winning without Janai
Auburn
Broome?
winning without
Janai Broome.
Janai Broome. Janai.
It's not Johnny, because I got corrected by Brad Law on the air. That was an embarrassing moment for me. I'll never forget that.
Well, it's history.
True.
Yeah.
You can't change history.
Nope.
You just try not to repeat it, Jay.
That's right.
That's why I said Janai and not Johnny.
What was the final score of that one?
88-66.
Man.
Yep. Auburn kind of proving they deserve.
Man, that's his recap. Man.
Thanks for helping. We appreciate it. Oh, goodness. Then you had the Duke Blue Devils and the overwhelming favorite to win the Wooden National Player of the Year award, Cooper Flagg, who's leading every statistical category for Duke as a freshman. They won over Miami yesterday, 89-54. Ole Miss got their first ever AP top 25 or top 5 win yesterday, up there in Tuscaloosa, 74-64, as the 21 ranked Rebels took down the number 4 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide by 10 points. Just a good game from Ole Miss. They battled back and forth most of the game. Alabama was up by 4 at half, but Ole Miss outplayed Alabama by 14 total points in the second half. Auburn transfer Aiden Holloway led the way there for the Crimson Tide with 15 points and 6 rebounds. Kind of a not a surprising one, but a pretty big upset, although the Missouri Tigers have been off to a good start this season. They upset the number 5 ranked Florida Gators by a single point, Jay. They ended up winning that one 83-82. Florida's Clayton Jr. had 28 points and 3 steals, but just not enough to get it done for those number 5 ranked Florida Gators. A lot of really good matchups coming up these next few weeks in the SEC and amongst the Big Ten as well. Marquette ended up staying. They're not undefeated, but they'll maintain their 7th rank as they beat DePaul University by 3. Texas A&M fell to number 8 ranked Kentucky, 81-69, and then the Fighting Illini took down the Indiana Hoosiers 94-69. They were up quite a bit early on in that game as well, and just certainly never looked back. A couple other top 25 matchups from last night. The 24 ranked Wisconsin Badgers took down the Ohio State University 70-68. Arizona beat Baylor for another top 25 upset. 25 beating the number 25th ranked team's not always that big of an upset, but the Wildcats from Arizona won that one 81-70. We never saw how Doc A did with his picks, but I do know that Jokic did have a triple-double, so he did call the Jokic triple-double, which, I mean, he does that pretty often, so I don't know how crazy of a prediction that was, but yeah.
Are there bye games in the NCAA March Madness? There's no bye games, right?
There's a couple play-in games. They changed that a few years ago where they added 4 spots to get to those, the 16th spot. Or it's not always the 16th spot. I don't know how they determine which spot it is in each quadrant of 16, but yeah, they have play-in games now.
Gotcha.
So not buys, but they added those to when they increased the size of the overall field of the tournament. But yeah, we're kind of getting to the meat and potatoes of the college basketball season just in time as college football season comes to an end Monday night, Jay, in the national championship game. All right, let's see. Kind of talking about these head coaching vacancies, Jay. The Dallas Cowboys continue to, a lot of the talk, obviously, the Deion Sanders situation. Will he actually go there? I'm not sure. Some of their other coaching candidates, Ben Johnson, Cliff Kingsbury has been likened to the job as well. And then current Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore is an opportunity as well. And Kellen Moore has been over there at Dallas before. So, Jay, if you had to take a job for these open positions, what would you take? The Cowboys, the Jaguars, the Bears, the Jets, or the Vegas Raiders, or the New Orleans Saints? I'm just curious to hear your thoughts on this, and I need to know why.
There's a few I wouldn't go to.
Okay, tell me those first.
Chicago.
Okay, why?
Because I'm not standing on the sidelines in November and December. In Chicago.
Okay.
It just sounds no fun at all.
They're about to have a new stadium. It's not a dome, though, I don't think.
Yeah. I've always wanted to live in Vegas.
Didn't know that.
The weather's good.
Good. Just get hot in the summer.
And they're on the up and up with sports right now, and that would be a good, even though the teams seem to be that great, but it'd be cool to live in Vegas. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a booming real estate market right now.
Yeah.
The whole Nevada real estate market is going to go through the roof with everybody probably moving.
Yeah.
Having to find places to live and all that. So Vegas would be number 1 for you?
I think so.
Chicago would be number 6?
Yeah. Dallas, don't think so. What was it? What were the other ones?
The Jets.
No.
The Jags.
Jacksonville.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm partial to Jacksonville.
Partial to it?
Yeah.
Impartial, just partial?
Just partial.
Okay.
Been to a few of those games before, so I enjoy a good Jacksonville Jaguars game. But yeah, I mean, if you're wanting me to know about like the football part of it, that's not happening. Not happening.
Yeah. We know.
Yeah,
we know.
What about you? What's your number 1?
That's a good one. I mean, the first thing in my mind, you got to look at obviously the organization, the ownership, all that is so important. And then, of course, your quarterback is an important piece of that as well. The Dallas Cowboys, quarterback's your face of the franchise.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a good quarterback, it's certainly tough to play in the league. Obviously, Dallas Cowboys, they've got Dak Prescott. So, good quarterback there, just had a little bit of tough time in the playoffs. Jacksonville Jaguars, obviously they've had Trevor Lawrence now for 4 or 5 seasons and, kind of turning into a little bit of a seasoned vet at this point. I think he's only made the playoffs 1 time, maybe a couple times. But still somebody you can continue to kind of build your franchise around. Chicago Bears, I think the jury's still out on Caleb Williams. Get him a little better offensive line, get him a little better offensive coach, better offensive coordinator. Might be some better opportunities there. I really do feel Ben Johnson's probably going to make that move over to Chicago once the season's over. The New York Jets, I don't know. This kind of goes back to what you said with the Bears. It's cold there too, especially November, December. And the Jets they haven't been to the playoffs in so long. You've got a lot of talent though, but who's going to be your quarterback? I don't think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. But obviously with Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, they got a good defensive core as well. But you got to figure out what your quarterback situation is going to be like there. They've already interviewed Mike Vrabel. Obviously, Mike Vrabel went to the New England Patriots, so he is not on the list. Ron Rivera, Matt Nagy, Rex Ryan, Aaron Glenn, Steve Spagnuolo, and former Saints interim coach Darren Rizzi have already interviewed up there in East Rutherford, New Jersey, there, Jay Henley. And the Las Vegas Raiders, like you mentioned, you want to live in Vegas, so that would be the job that you would take. The tough thing with Vegas right now is they do not have a franchise quarterback currently. They bounced around for 3 different quarterbacks this past season. And again, going back to the point, you have to have some kind of franchise quarterback to build your success around. But they're going to have to figure out something on the quarterback side. They've got the 6th overall pick, but the draft class this year, not the best quarterback draft class. Although, Jay, breaking news before the show, Quinn Ewers did in fact declare for the NFL draft. All right. So he is not entering the portal, and he's indeed going to the draft, despite a lot of those draft scouts thinking that he needed at least another year, or it needed another year playing college football.
So who does that put quarterback for Texas? Is that Manning? Is that Eli? Or not?
No, Eli's lost eligibility.
Arch.
Yes, Arch. Yep. The Manning legacy continues on. We'll see how it goes, see how he does. I think he'll be very successful. The Saints have a tough go. Obviously, they still have Derek Carr, but they're so upside down in the salary cap right now to the tune of $63 million. So they're going to be doing a lot of cutting and restructuring this offseason. So it's a lot of things to figure out. I think you can certainly win in New Orleans, but the division is not the toughest there with the NFC South. But, if the Falcons ever get their act together, it might be tough to beat the Falcons year in and year out, especially if Michael Penix certainly comes to fruition. I really like what David Hayes said yesterday with the Dallas Cowboys and Dion and Shador and the Titans trading that number 1 pick, and then they take Shador, because I 100% agree. I don't think Dion's taking a coaching job in the NFL without his son being the quarterback. Although, hey, he might just be using this too as leverage with Colorado to get some more money.
He could,
because obviously what he's done for that university and all that stuff is made the university a lot of money.
Yeah,
a lot of money, Jay.
Wonder how Jackson State did this past year since he wasn't involved.
They won the Cricket Bowl.
Oh, they did.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'm trying to make a cricket sound, but I don't have.
They beat South Carolina State.
Cool.
I think we put
I
that
think they
one of our pick'ems.
Yeah, we did. I want to say 10 or 11-2 maybe total record.
Not
so decent.
Too shabby.
What's the cricket? Is that phone that you add minutes to?
Cricket Wireless.
I don't know if you add minutes to it or if it's prepaid or.
Oh, I got you.
I don't know. I got Straight Talk, so I
don't want to search Cricket Wireless because then I'm going to get Cricket Wireless ads for the next one. Now I'm going to because I said it out loud 4 times. But
yeah.
Cricket.
How does the cricket sound happen, Jay? We do have it. That's right. Because we should hit you with this one more.
Chirping.
How are they making that chirping sound?
With their legs? Is that right?
Look at you.
Yeah.
Knowing a little entomology action there.
How about that?
Yeah, with their legs indeed. The mating call, I believe.
I just like getting a good old cane pole, put a cricket on a hook, put a cork on it. Just try to catch a nice, good-sized brim.
Mm.
Yeah.
I used to use string cheese quite a bit for brim growing up.
Really?
Yep.
Never used string cheese.
I like string cheese, too, so it was a win-win. You can eat some string cheese, you can bait the hook with the string cheese.
How about
hot dogs, too.
That's why I like chicken liver. For the cabbage, you eat a little chicken liver.
Yes, sir.
Like some raw chicken liver.
Mayonnaise, too, in that chicken liver. I've seen it.
Yes,
I seen it. Oh, Jay, since we don't have an afternoon delight debrief, I want to get this one in there for you. Viewers across the world can now see the Planet Parade of 2025. As twilight fades in the darkness, look towards the southwestern horizon. There you will spot Venus and Saturn appearing close together. Venus, the brighter of the two, will be unmissable. Higher in the sky, you will find Jupiter, the second brightest speck in the night sky after Venus. Jupiter recently passed its opposition, making this one of the best times of the year to observe the gas giant with the naked eye. Near the eastern horizon, Mars will shine brightly with its signature red hue, making it a captivating sight in the night sky. January is the best month of the year to observe the red planet, as it will steadily grow brighter, leading to its closest approach to Earth in over 2 years. On January 15th, is that today? That is today. That's why I'm saying it. January 15th, Mars will be at opposition. This means the planet will lie opposite the sun and shine brightly through the night. Uranus will be positioned near Jupiter, and Neptune will be close to Venus and Saturn. You will need optical aid to see both these ice giants, as their magnitude is beyond the naked eye limit. I say all that to say, Jay, all the planets are pretty much aligning today.
How about that?
Yeah, pretty neat. I
is neat.
need like that. So get out there in the night sky tonight.
I tell you,
I don't think there's going to be too many clouds, so it should be good.
The best place I went to in 2024 was, you can drive on the beach out there on Port St. Joe if you have a permit. And Man, it is dark out there, and it is amazing. That's some of the best views in the whole entire world.
You can actually see the Milky Way.
Oh, my gosh. Yep. It's crazy. I mean, we still have good views here.
Yeah, just a little more light pollution over here than Port St. Joe.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. All right, don't forget, we got Keith Fleming coming up at the top of the hour. We're getting ready to wind down this NFL season. But you guys are listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll let Jay decide what he wants to do next.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the College Football National Championship.
75 yards. Wow.
It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish versus the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Pick six. Rolling.
Listen live in ultra-high fidelity. Coverage starts Monday at 6, kickoff at 6:30. Right here on your home for college football on the Gulf Coast. ESPN Northwest Florida. Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts in Delhi. Call 763-1627.
Are payment processing fees eating into your profits? With Bay County POS, local businesses are saving time and money with secure, seamless merchant services. Reduce credit card processing fees and save up to 3.9% on gross sales. From quick, contactless payments to detailed sales reporting, it's Bay County POS. For a free consultation, call 850-359-3906. Bay County POS. Local service, global standards.
The 3 New Donuts transforms Pop-Tart's most beloved flavors into delicious Krispy Kreme donut creations. Choose from Pop-Tart's Frosted Strawberry, Frosted Chocolatey Fudge, and the Frosted Brown Sugar Cinnamon Donuts. Only available at Krispy Kreme Donuts, next to HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan. Krispy Kreme Donuts since 1937, where you get them hot.
Welcome to the Inside Drive, the next big thing.
It's a big, huge, giant deal.
Sports betting, huge reactions, your calls and real-time coverage of the stories you're following. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Jay, do you want to keep the game going when you're at home?
Keep the game going.
Just say yes.
Sure.
Okay. All you got to do is, if you have the Alexa smart speaker at home, is you just say, Alexa, open the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app. And boom, it'll open up and start playing right then and there.
How about that?
You think Siri does it too?
I don't know. I never tried.
Hey, Siri, open ESPN 104.3.
She don't like you.
She went to ESPN. It's because she's not Alexa.
Interesting.
What if you say ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida? Try that one.
Hey, Siri, open 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's working now.
Yep. See? It's not just Alexa. It's also Siri.
Holla at your boila.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Is your Siri a male or female voice, Jay?
I don't think I've ever used him or her before.
Oh,
hey,
is she?
Siri. She don't.
You may not have set it up. You probably just skipped it.
Yeah, I probably did.
Do this later. Boom. Jay Headley.
Yeah.
Jay Headley. So what'd you decide on?
Well, you've got a topic, right?
No.
I thought you got a topic.
No, I said you had to decide on it. I'm just going to sit here in silence until you figure something out.
Well, another example of Jay's listening skills.
Let's have somebody call in and, like...
Give me a reason?
Let's make it Christmas morning.
Give you the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah,
Not
like a
having
surprise. A surprise.
850-215-6290. What do you have to say to Jay?
No, to y'all.
To us.
Yeah.
You are
The
part
three
of
of we.
y'all.
Y'all.
Just FYI.
And there's no one.
I blame you. You can't get bailed out. You can't get bailed out. Look at those crickets using those legs to call their mates.
That's the definition of sexy legs, huh?
Yeah, literally.
You got that right.
They're a little thin, but
Yeah.
the fish and the snakes and the lizards love them.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Jay, I do in fact have a topic.
Well, would you look at that?
Would you looky here? Would you looky here? All right, kind of predicting the starting quarterbacks for all the Power 4 conference teams next year in 2025. Let's see how many you'll actually know.
I thought this was going to be a non-sports topic.
I gave you the opportunity, and you put it on our listeners to call, and your willpower is very not great because nobody called. You still can.
We want a Delilah moment.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If anybody's got any issues with their love life, give us a call, and Jay will walk you through it on how to get it better.
Oh, goodness.
Somebody should call.
Somebody should. Like, come on.
Asking you questions about love.
Well, I mean, just...
Texas. Who's going to be Texas' quarterback next year?
Manning.
What's his first name?
Arch.
Correct.
Yeah.
Good job. Redshirt sophomore. So still has several years of eligibility to left. Notre Dame Fighting Irish predicting to have redshirt freshman C.J. Carr be their starting quarterback, as Riley Leonard will be moving on after this season, as they still have one more game to play. The Ohio State Buckeyes predicted to have redshirt freshman Julian Sayin, who's a highly sought-after recruit coming out of high school. Ohio State locked him down a little while ago, likely starting for the Ohio State Buckeyes in the 2025 season. Drew Aller has already told everybody that he is coming back to play at Penn State. Try to boost that draft stock up a little bit, as this will be his senior year. Jay, are you excited to see some kids playing in their senior year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Let's see where else we're going. Dante Moore. That's the redshirt sophomore. I believe he was at UCLA, if I'm not mistaken. He transferred last season to sit behind Dylan Gabriel up there with the Oregon Ducks. But the redshirt sophomore, Dante Moore, will likely be the starting quarterback for the Oregon Ducks next year. Jay, what about those Georgia Bulldogs? Who's the starting quarterback for that team? Or who's predicted to be the starting quarterback for that team?
I really don't. I mean, I don't know if... I mean, I'm sure they'll be fighting for that job come August, but, I mean, Stockton's one of them. And after that, I don't know, I don't keep up with it. Once it's done for me, and I just...
Well, it's not done.
Well, it's done for Georgia.
Oh, the season?
Yeah. So...
Happens.
I'll reset and, try to figure out some things in August.
All right. Well, right now they're predicting Gunnar Stockton, the redshirt junior, to be the starting quarterback for the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't know who else is on their depth chart. There may be another recruit in there that might have a good shot to take that opportunity as well. Tennessee Volunteers, redshirt sophomore. This will be his second year. Nico Iamaleava. I had it at one point when I listened to the announcers, and then if I don't say it over and over again, I lose it. But had a decent freshman year there, but obviously he'll be the starter there for Tennessee going into his second year. Ty Simpson, the redshirt junior, likely projected to be the starting quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Got those big. Who do you think, David?
It could be Ty Simpson. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's not normal for Alabama, but now that it's Kalen DeBoer, Keelan Russell coming in, 5-star recruit.
Yeah, just right off the get-go.
Who knows? I have no idea.
Who's the other quarterback that entered the portal?
Oh, man.
It was kind of a bigger name, right?
Not that I can remember.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
Julian Sayin went to Ohio State. He was originally from Bama.
That's right. The app was still on. Jay was playing.
Oh, was it? Oh, shoot.
I fixed it, though. We're good. Yeah. We're good. But, yeah, Ty Simpson, maybe the freshman coming in, highly sought-after recruit. And then the Indiana Hoosiers, it's time to move on. And Fernando Mendoza likely to be the starting quarterback there for the Indiana Hoosiers. He's a redshirt junior. Quinn, years entered yesterday, I think. I don't think that was meant to come to me. Sometimes you get texts, Jay, that I don't think are for you.
Right.
But then you're like, is it for me? Do I want to ignore it? Or do I put the proverbial question mark or the huh?
Yeah, question mark.
I'll just put a question mark.
Yeah.
Although he's a listener to the show, so could be talking about what he entered. Oh, okay. Quinn Ewers entered yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Oh, the draft. Okay, cool. No. You're right. I'm having a conversation with him via text on the phone. That's pretty good. You can just call next time.
Right.
You can talk to Jay about the keys to love.
Right.
All right. Kevin Jennings, the redshirt junior, he's going to be the quarterback of the SMU Mustangs. SMU looking to have another good year in the ACC and try to get back to that college football playoff for the second year in a row. Obviously, there's a lot more Power 5 teams or group of four or Power 4 quarterbacks out there, including DJ Lagway over there at Florida. And now we have a new quarterback down there at the U as well. I believe Clemson is still got Cade Klubnik as they're going to be their starting quarterback. They had another quarterback behind him that's been there for a couple of years. Really tall, really tall kid. Good quarterback as well. But yeah. Jay, did I talk about the O.J. Simpson and Domino's Pizza thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's today Wednesday.
And then I've seen that I saw that earlier this week
floating
too,
around
which
a little
is
bit.
Crazy.
Yeah. Hey, it makes sense though.
It does.
Makes 100% sense.
It does.
All right. Let's see what you got, Jay.
Do you still? All right. So here's a question for you.
I'm ready.
I'm curious because I think I got you pegged.
All right. Well, ask me the question and then tell me what I'm going to say.
All right. You know when you buy your iPhone, right? Mm-hmm. And you got the box that comes with it. Did you keep the box?
Some of them, not all of them.
What are some other things that you have kept the box on, like a vacuum cleaner or?
I've gotten kind of past the keeping stuff, keeping boxes, because I'm more. Let's get it to the curb. Let's get it out of here.
Yeah.
Now I have kept some old phone boxes to put old phones in.
So you've kept your old iPhones.
Sometimes, depending on the situation, whether I had to trade it in or not, or was just eligible for a new one or whatever.
Okay.
Depends on the scenario.
Gotcha.
But hey, when you got 2 kids and you never know when you need an extra phone that you can just reactivate without having to spend a bunch of money.
Yeah.
What about you? You keep some boxes of stuff?
That's the only thing. I have kept my iPhone. For some reason, it's like the sturdiest box.
It's a very solid box.
Yeah.
That's why the phones cost $1,000+
for packaging.
Yeah. It's just tough for those little kids to get those phones in the boxes sometimes. It's such a sturdy box.
Right. It's tough for those little kids to get the batteries out of the mines.
Yeah.
But they do it.
It is true. It is true.
Yeah. I know. Crazy.
We went right back to it again. The old C word. The old country.
What?
China.
Oh, we did. Oh, yeah. We did.
I wasn't talking about American kids building those phones. Just ask Nike. Goodness. Speaking of that kind of stuff, did you know that the Florida Gators really wore Confederate helmets to prove a point? Wild Florida story here. This was a couple of days ago. Oh, this is actually December 29th. I just hadn't talked about it yet. In 1962, December 29th, Florida was 6-4 and Penn State was 9-1. Penn State felt that playing Florida was a slap in the face. Since Penn State felt that way, Florida put battle flags on their side of the helmet to pump the team up. Their battle flag was the Confederate flag, and they would win 17-7. Jay, you didn't even listen.
I did.
I was right up your alley.
So, yeah. The South won.
That particular game.
That one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Florida won over Penn State in 1962.
How about
You're not seeing that happen in this day and age.
No, not at all.
That's for certain.
The Confederate flag or the
battle flag.
The battle flag.
Which they happen to be their Confederate flag. Slapped it right there on the side of the helmet.
Shoot.
Sure enough.
Yeah, let's go to war.
Hey, that's a lot of football games are certainly like that. No doubt about it. Oh, my goodness. Jay, nothing?
Nothing. I got nothing.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, like a hair and a biscuit.
Like a hair and a biscuit.
First time I ever heard that phrase was working at a golf course in South Carolina.
Yep.
Not good. Nobody wants a hair in their biscuit.
It is not good. It's always on your microphone.
No, there's not one right now.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
It is.
Felt uncomfortable about that the other day.
I kind of see something hanging down right there on the microphone.
Hopefully it's not a boogie. That happens.
Boogie woogie. Yeah.
Electric slide or Cotton Eye Joe? What was your go-to?
The electric slide. Yep.
That's a good question.
But my left foot always rotated around my right foot on as I slide. I was not
hokey pokey. Oh gosh.
I was not a like a shimmy to the side kind of person. I always kind of the left foot always went behind the right foot, and then the left foot went in front of the right foot.
So karaoke essentially is what you're doing.
Yeah, karaoke.
So you were not sliding, you were karaoke.
Right. Now, are you guys more of a slide with or are you more of a karaoke when you do the electric slide?
I just follow my feet, man. Whatever they end up doing, they end up doing. I can't control them that well.
I mean, the song does say slide.
Slide.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody do the electric slide and do it to karaoke, where you put your one foot over the other and then go behind it. You're just trying to get more of a workout, that's all.
Yeah, I specifically remember doing it to Achy Breaky Heart, Billy Ray Cyrus, and that
I can see you singing that, man. Don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart.
See, you could have talked about this.
Might blow up and kill this man.
You're very lucky that it's 12:50 or 11:57, because we got to go ahead and take a break, and then you can take a break because we'll be joined by Keith Fleming talking about the DFS slate.
It's email time.
The big break is coming.
Be nice to Keith.
I am. He knows it. If he doesn't know it,
no, he knows it.
He knows it. The mouth of the South.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. All right, you guys are listening to The Inside Drive. I apologize for Jay during that segment. When we get back, we'll be joined by Keith Fleming to talk about all of the DFS action coming up on this divisional round NFL weekend. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Let's check in with Chris in South Carolina. You been paying attention to Dabo? He's building it brick by brick, Paul. Well, listen, Chris, I don't know how to explain this to you. We talk about the best. Clemson's not really that relevant anymore. I mean, they snuck into the playoff and they got ushered right out of the playoff.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Wednesday's weather. This afternoon and evening, there will be a light breeze out of the east-northeast, some clouds and 58. Very light rain and clouds tonight, a little colder at 47. Tomorrow, partly sunny and a light breeze right around 6 miles per hour with a high of 60. About the same at 62 Friday, and we'll have mostly sunshine. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
WGSX Lynnhaven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
Coming in hot.
So hot.
It'll be a hot one. Really hot.
Hot damn. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. 104.3 in Panama City and Panama City Beach. 101.9 in Port St. Joe. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Just search it up, ESPN Northwest Florida. And while you still can, you can follow us on TikTok. That's inside.drive. Hadn't posted a video in a long time, but I do repost quite a bit of Keith Fleming's TikToks, which are fantastic, by the way. That's the beauty of these reels and the TikToks and all that stuff. You just get a small snippet of what you're looking for there, Jay Henley. And thank goodness it is time for him to join us because, Jay, that last segment was riveting with all the topics you brought to the table.
Crazy.
Yeah. Bring our next guest in.
Keith, how are you doing today?
What's up, Jay?
Hey.
How's Golf with Jay doing, man?
Golf with Jay is, the weather is not cooperating right now, however.
No kidding.
However.
The Farmer's Almanac, a little off this winter.
Yep, it is. But, yeah, we're just preparing for a year of golf instruction.
There you go.
Yeah,
what
you
about the league, the school play? Is that done, or?
Yeah.
It's a fall
that was a
sport
fall
down
thing.
here in the Panhandle.
We ended that sometime shortly before Thanksgiving. Got a banquet coming up here at the end of the month.
Grand Marlin, right?
No, we ended up.
I remember you missed a show because you had a call with the Grand Marlin to try to schedule the banquet. And did it come to fruition?
No.
Man.
Yeah, but. Yeah, looking forward to a banquet. And that's the thing. If you think, and I don't know, we were talking about this the other day, but those are the things I remember as playing sports were the banquets.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, they were.
Getting your Letterman jacket?
Yeah.
Such a big deal when you're 16. Oh, my God. I thought
yeah.
that was cool.
I had a golf Letterman jacket with a hockey patch on the sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was the first person in my high school to get a golf Letterman jacket, like where golf was the main sport.
You wear it in the summertime or whatever.
No. But that was a cool thing. It was an exciting moment.
Yeah, it is.
And we've talked about this before on the show. You never really see people in Letterman jackets anymore. But it's also, I get it, because it's warm. Growing up in the Northeast, it was cold a lot. So you could wear that jacket probably 90% of the time to go to school because it was cold enough to wear in a jacket. But obviously down here, especially in the closer to the summer months, it's a lot warmer.
Yeah.
So,
but again, I was so happy to have it, Ryan. I would be sweating my tail off, wearing a Letterman jacket, going, "Look, that's right, I'm cool. I'm at varsity sports."
That's right.
The leather that was like pleather and it would eventually start cracking.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Do you still have yours?
I do.
Nice.
It's hanging, I believe, in my room at my parents' house in the closet still. With all that room is now officially the junk room, where they throw everything that they don't use, which my parents have a lot of that in there, but I'm pretty sure it's still in the closet with a few other items that I kept over the years.
Yeah. Hey, at least you know where it is. It is.
And then the football players, I don't know about, Keith, me and you, I mean, we grew up 20 miles away from each other, but at Griffin High School in 97, 98, the football players on Friday were like decked out in suits, and they had their Letterman jacket on Friday.
And suits?
Yeah, we didn't wear suits for hockey, but we wore shirt and tie. We wore shirt and tie quite often with our Letterman jacket over top of it.
Yeah, or I shouldn't say suits.
Or we wear our jerseys too.
Are you talking about like the athletic apparel? Because our guys did that, where they would wear like the EC sweatpants with the.
I think he's just talking about like a button down and tie.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking. Yeah.
Oh no, we did not get dressed up. We were kind of a little more in the country than you were, Jay, I guess. Sonoa, Georgia.
Yeah, but your SAT scores were way better in 98.
That's right.
I would hope so anyway.
I hope so. I don't know, though. Maybe Jay got like a 1,400. Who knows?
No. Classic Griffin 98, lowest in the country. We've already determined this.
Yeah, but Jay was the only reason that it wasn't the lowest in history because, Jay was pulling out everything.
He was the outlier.
Well, you got 700 for putting your name on the SAT.
That's not true.
Yeah, that is
but
false.
that's okay. You got 200 for filling it out correctly, I believe is what they said. I did the prep course, yeah.
Okay. It's just, I don't know why they did it on...
It is divisional round weekend, Jared. Do you want to talk about,
No, I gave him the opportunity to talk sports in the last segment, and he just went blank on me, and he begged a listener to call.
But why did we do SATs on Saturday morning? Like, my brain would never work on Saturday morning. That's a fault of the school system.
Is that why Griffin did so bad?
Yep.
You're saying because you had to take SATs on Saturday?
Yep.
When else would you take it?
I don't know, maybe
during school?
Tuesday after school.
So your brain works good after school, but not good on a Saturday morning. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. I would have said between 11 and 1 Monday through Friday. That doesn't work that well, but that's me, not you. But yes, Keith, we're getting close to the end of the road. Obviously, the national championship coming up this Monday. We got the divisional round in the playoffs coming up this weekend. And then we get the next weekend will be the championship weekends. And then we get that week off with the Pro Bowl. And then the Super Bowl will be here. And then we'll all be really sad and disappointed for a few months. And then the draft will be here. And then we'll start talking about this whole football thing all over again. But
well, you have me down to Senior Ball, too, which will be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going there at the end of the month. I'm looking forward to that. But no, it's a little disappointing, but this is, arguably the best, weekend for football all year, especially now with the national title game on Monday. You get, the best 8 teams in the NFL, and then, not the best 2 teams in college football, but the 2 teams that reach the national championship by luck and other factors. I'm a little bitter. That's okay. But I did real quickly have 5 takeaways from last weekend, wild card weekend, before we get into the great matchups this week. The first, and we discussed this when I called in a little bit on Monday, but after a lot of, thinking on this subject, I actually think for Mike Tomlin, the best thing possible is for Pittsburgh to move on from him, because he does not have anything to do with the player personnel decisions. No. He is not buying the groceries, if you will. And I think it's hurting his legacy because people are, for whatever reason, blaming Tomlin for Pittsburgh being in my opinion, average at best, roster construction at the QB position below average for now going on almost, 10 years. And yet he continues to win, 9, 10 games every season. Now, I could be wrong, right? He could leave and not have success somewhere else. But I just think that, obviously, if he was fired, he would find a job in 2.2 seconds, I would think. And I think it might be best for Tomlin, and maybe it is best for Pittsburgh, too. Maybe it's just time for, what is it, the rare divorce where both sides are just, they did all they could, and it's time for them to go their separate ways.
Yeah, mutually agree to part ways, come to a nice agreement after the fact. But, yeah, I mean, I think you're onto something there, Keith. I mean, how many more times can you have a winning season and then get bamboozled in the first round of the playoffs and continue to want to do that? So, yeah, we might be getting to that point. Obviously, there's no doubt he's a fantastic coach, a Super Bowl winning coach, and has never had a losing season with his tenure there in Pittsburgh. But if you kind of keep repeating this same pattern, your fan base, your ownership, they're never going to be satisfied with making it to the playoffs and then losing in the first round. And usually pretty.
He feels like Bill Murray and Groundhog Day. So
no, it's a great analogy.
On the other side of the spectrum for coaching, I think Sean McVay is arguably the best coach in the NFL right now.
He's only
38 years old, which makes, what have we done with our lives, guys? Goodness gracious. He's younger than me. He's been head coach now for 8 seasons. He's 80-52 overall. He does turn 39 in like a week, if it makes you feel any better. 7-4 in the playoffs now.
Even I'm older than Sean McVay.
Right. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. So, 25% of the seasons he's gone to a Super Bowl. 7 winning seasons, 6 playoff bursts, 6 seasons with 10-plus wins. And remember, this was supposed to be the rebuild for the LA Rams the last 2 years, where Aaron Donald, has retired. They after winning the Super Bowl, they were a little salary cap, stuck, and they just continue to hit home runs. Their front office deserves a lot of credit with guys like Puka Nacua, and the list goes on and on. They hit more draft picks than they missed.
Their second, third round, fourth round draft picks, if you start looking at those guys, the list is pretty fantastic. And not only on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defensive side of the ball as well. If you look at rookies, sacks, tackles for loss, all that stuff, the Rams have a lot of rookies in the top of many of those categories. But, Sean McVay.
And how awkward is it? Pretty sure the coach of the year, Kevin O'Connell, and rightfully so, got handed it to him by Sean McVay and the Rams coaching staff, who literally, it looked like they were playing chess and the Vikings were playing checkers. And I've bragged on the Vikings coaching staff all season for good reason, but not only, people want to blame Darnold, and he deserves blame. Everybody, on the losing side deserves blame, but they got out-coached. If you look at the scheme, they didn't know what was going in the first half. They didn't have a clue.
No, they got completely caught off guard, and the script that McVay had was fantastic, both offense and kudos to their defensive coordinator, who had a great script as well. And the key to taking down.
With kudos to the Detroit Lions, right?
Yeah.
He said, y'all blitz 60% of the time and it worked. How about we try that?
Yeah, you're starting to see that become more of a theme now in the NFL, as these quarterbacks that just can't, scramble and get out of the pocket very quickly, blitz them. You did a quick little stretch out there.
David's going to like the third thing on my list. I think that if Derrick Henry goes on to win the Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens this season, he has a real argument to being the greatest running back. That had the only season he did, and he only played 8 games and almost hit 1,000 yards. 10-plus touchdowns in 7 straight. He scored 12 or more in 6 of 7. And, again, the postseason numbers are outrageous, 114 yards per game, over 5 yards per carry. And there's all this data with running backs that once they have a 300-touch season, there's a pretty sharp decline from that point on with the rest of their career. Well, Derrick Henry, in his 9th season, just topped 300-plus touches for the 4th time, and he appears to only be getting stronger. So he is a one-of-one. No matter how you feel about him, and I've come to really appreciate him. It's just a true freak in a lot of ways, like LeBron James.
Keith, we're losing you a little bit, kind of in and out. But yeah, talking about Derrick Henry, and do yourself a favor if you've never done it. Search up his workout routines, his diet, all the stuff that man does to keep his body in shape. Because like Keith said, it just seems like he keeps getting better. And you can even see that in game. It's like the more touches he gets, the more downhill he gets going. Third and fourth quarter, he continues to get better and better and better. And, if I was a safety, I'd do my best to try to go low and do the old gator roll after wrapping up the legs, because you do not want to try to tackle Derrick Henry up top. You will get punched in the face, stiff-armed to the ground, and you'll be a meme and a highlight that you don't want to be on. That is for sure.
All right. Hopefully I'm a little bit more clear. If not,
a lot better.
A lot.
Like to hear that. I think Jane Daniels put an exclamation point on the greatest rookie season of all time last week. He had already broke an NFL record, all-time record, with his 5.
No. Keith.
That's 6G.
Did I break up again?
Yeah.
I'll call back. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. We'll be here. We ain't going nowhere.
That's a rarity right there.
Yeah. Not during this time. During this time for sure. Yeah. For sure. Jay, you're up.
Don't vote. Jay, do you think Derrick Henry is a Hall of Fame running back?
Absolutely.
Easy peasy.
Absolutely.
If he gets the Super Bowl, he's a no-doubter.
He's got muscles.
I think he's already a no-doubter, as it is. When you talk about the numbers and the echelon of the running backs that he's in talks with or in conversation with, in company with, I think it's no doubt he'll be a Hall of Famer. Go ahead and give him the gold jacket. Make him the first player that you ever, even though Tom Brady probably should have been the first player who was ever still in the NFL and been put in the Hall of Fame, but yeah.
Yeah. Need a big jacket.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
It's a big dude.
Have to sew 2 of them suckers together.
Yeah. Jay, how many times do you think it would take you to take down Derrick Henry?
Oh God!
And he's standing still.
Yeah, not even like running at you. Like just he's in the backfield. You got to go tackle him.
I don't even think it's possible. I really don't. I mean, it'd probably be like running into a concrete barrier
that can run 22, 23 miles an hour.
I hate when I see those concrete barriers running. I'm just like, oh no!
Yeah.
How are you doing that without the legs?
Yeah. All that rebar in there too.
It is the kind of stuff I want to see on. You
remember the pros versus Joes? You remember that?
Yeah.
They need to bring
on
something
Spike
like
TV,
that. Spike TV. They need to bring something like that back.
I remember the Average Joes and dodgeball.
True.
That was good.
True. Global Gym.
Yeah, Global Gym.
Yeah. Shake out the unibrow.
The unibrow, yeah. Oh, man.
If you can dodge a barrier, you can dodge a ball.
It's true.
Dive, dodge, duck. There's 5 of them. I think dodge is 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Keith. Oh, Keith.
This is like your show. This is your nightmare show, Jay.
I'm trying to do work. And Keith is
letting you down.
Let me down.
The steam is running out of the steamboat this afternoon.
We talked about riverboats yesterday or 2 days ago. I forget when. But foghorn.
Oh, goodness.
That's it. That's all you got. No goodness.
Are there any good lighthouses around? There's no lighthouses.
Yeah, there's down there in Caribou, Port St. Joe.
Yeah.
Just gotta go east. All right, Keith. Welcome back. Jay did a very poor job filling in for you while you were gone, but
you're catching so many strays today, Jay.
Is it more than usual?
I think today, yeah.
Well, he's been given a lot of opportunities that he is.
Well, that's where he catches the strays from.
Because
and then it's like Jay's being normal as always.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll blame that one on Jay. Blame that one.
I get blamed for a lot.
I'm just not as energetic this week, Jay, so I was expecting you to bring a little more heat to the table.
I hope this is better. If it's not, let me know, and we'll
so far
figure
so good.
Something out. Again, what I was saying for the fourth one is just Jaden Daniels' rookie season. His 12th touchdown came in the fourth quarter in the comeback. And again, that was a Tampa team that had only allowed 9 points combined in their previous 5 games in the second half. Obviously, Washington scored 10 in their comeback win. The 12th touchdown is now a record for rookies. And then Washington, they had not won a playoff game since 2005, and this is only their 4th postseason win since 1991. And then finally, this is probably going to, get some people in their feelings, but I want to know, are we sure the NFC North is good? Because we watched the Packers and the Vikings lose easily to the Vikings and Rams last week. And when you go back and look in hindsight and you take away what we all assume, that, well, those 3 teams from the NFC North are all really good, they didn't really do too much. The Packers had wins versus the Rams with no Puka or Kupp. The Cardinals were undefeated versus the AFC South, beat the Texans with no Nico Collins, Niners, Dolphins, Seahawks, Saints. The Vikings, 4-2 in the NFC North, lost to the Lions and the Rams, and then were undefeated versus the AFC South, beat the Giants, Niners, Jets, Cardinals, Falcons, Seahawks. And then the Lions, if you think about it, they lost to the Bills and Bucks, were undefeated to the AFC South. That included a win by 3 over the Texans, again, with no Nico Collins. Undefeated in the NFC North, and their other wins, Cardinals, Cowboys, Seahawks, 49ers with no Ayuk and on their 4th or 5th running back at that time. And they beat the Rams in overtime, who played the entire second half without Puka Nacua. There's a chance this NFC North was not as good as everyone thought. And I think this game this weekend may be a lot closer because of it, and it's also a bad sign for the Lions if they match up with the Eagles, I think, in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're talking about the Tigers, the Packers going into that week and how much frauds they were, and it really did come to fruition. And Detroit, is Detroit going to beat Washington? They've had a great season. They had a great season last year, but what game did they stumble in, Jay?
Don't know.
The NFC Championship game. They got out to a 24-7 lead and ended up losing that one as well. So the big question with the Lions is, can they finish games that are huge? Obviously, they played a really good last regular season game against the Vikings, but to Keith's points, were the Vikings as good as everybody really thought they were, or were they just on a fantastic heater and the heat certainly ran out?
I mean, it really does make me question, because it just, not a lot of quality wins. And all those teams lost games to, again, if you take away the NFC North, like their best wins are against the Texans, which 2 of the 3 did it not facing Nico Collins. Again, the Lions beat the Rams without Puka. It's just very interesting. And then real quickly, the divisional round matchups, I just wanted to go through the offense-defensive ranks. Texans at Chiefs. The Texans, 6 on defense versus the pass, 11th versus the run. On offense, they're 21st in the passing game, 15th in the rushing. Chiefs, much better on the defense side, 18th and 8th in the pass run defense, 14th and 22nd on the offensive side of the ball. The way you attack those teams in fantasy, Texans, it's at the at the wide receiver position, where they're 27th versus opponents. They're 18th and 19th at tight ends and QBs. On the Chiefs, it is absolutely at the tight end position and the QB, where they rank 28th and 21st. They are first versus running backs, 12th versus wide receivers. Commanders at Lions. The Commanders were 3rd against the pass, 30th against the run this year. On offense, they were 17th in passing, 3rd in rush offense. They were 14th versus QBs, 24th versus running backs, 15th versus wide receiver, 10th versus tight ends. So where the Lions, 5th best run defense, 31st best pass defense. They were 2nd in passing and 6th in rushing. Very good. And where you get at the Lions is in the wide receivers, where they rank 25th, QB 17th. I do think that it's one of those games where if the Lions go out and try to really focus on the run, I think they can control this game. I do worry if they get into a shootout. 9.5 is a lot of points, right? I mean, let's put it this way. Those 2 games, Chiefs-Texans, Chiefs are favored by 8. Lions favored by 9.5. I don't feel good about either one of those at the line, having to cover.
Yeah, I mean, it's a playoff game. I mean, what do we see in a lot of these other playoff games? Defense and running the football. And obviously, a lot of the scores got a little lopsided, but that is a big number for both of them to cover. Keith, we got to take a quick break. You're sounding loud and clear now. Keith Fleming on the line. You can follow him on Twitter/X. That's at Keith Fleming, KeithFleming. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the most college basketball.
3-pointer.
College basketball is back.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
The SEC, ACC, and beyond.
Oh, you saw that coming, Radford.
The biggest games play right here.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Partly cloudy the remainder of the day with a light breeze coming out of the east-northeast around 6 miles per hour and temps near 58. Tonight we will have a mixture of very light rain and clouds and be cool at 47. Partly sunny tomorrow and a high 60. Mostly sunshine Friday with a temp of 62. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Don't just wait for the big game. Bet on big playoff games every weekend. Only on Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us and turn playoff predictions into paydays. If your team's season is already over,
looks like they're headed home early.
It only takes $1 to make any game interesting.
And we're back. What a game.
Download Hard Rock Bet. Win your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable in bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
As a realtor, it's important who you choose as your title company. May we suggest South Oak Title? Their offices are modern, comfortable, and state-of-the-art. South Oak Title can close transactions in any location in Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. Their free mobile app allows realtors to deliver a net sheet in seconds. They provide mobile closing services to accommodate buyers and sellers. Their offices are beautifully decorated, state-of-the-art, complete, safe, and secure. South Oak Title, creating a better title and closing experience through technology and tailored service. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
The Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Everybody would ask me why I came to Notre Dame. The truth is I came here to win a national championship.
The Ohio State Buckeyes.
Well, you'll be a Buckeye legend for life. How does that sound?
I just want to win a national championship.
The College Football Playoff National Championship, presented by AT&T.
The stakes get much higher.
Hit by Sawyer, ball's loose. Sawyer comes up with it.
Intercepted by Christian Gray of Notre Dame.
Coverage starts Monday at 6 on your home for college football, ESPN, Northwest Florida.
From the beach to the bay to the backyard. It's the Inside Drive from the Bill Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studio.
I've got sand in my underpants.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we are back to listen to the Inside Drive. We've got Keith Fleming on the line talking about some of these divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. Keith, I'll let you pick up right where you left off. Jay?
Unmute it, buddy.
Like clockwork.
I feel like Jay Henley all of a sudden. My bad, Jay. Let's just keep throwing strays at my boy.
Sucker.
Texans.
You look very
Chiefs,
comfortable, Jay.
Again, he should be, man.
He's very relaxed
Jay,
right now.
Jay is Jay Smooth, man. I've always said that about him. No one looks more calm and relaxed than the nature boy, Jay Henley.
The nature boy.
The Texans-Chiefs, the matchup's really going to be whether or not the Texans can handle the Chiefs' pressure. There is a chance, though. Remember, we saw Houston get at the Chargers with their pass rush. The Chiefs have real issues pass protecting over the second half of the season. Same deal where the Chiefs gave up a lot of receiving yards to wide receivers and pass catchers in the second half of the season. So, I still like the Chiefs, but I think that game's going to be closer. And the Commanders' Lions is going to be the shootout of all shootouts. My only concern about loading up when we get into the DFS lineups is there is a chance where the Lions, really run the ball. They're going to have Montgomery back to go along with Gibbs. Play keep away. What's the easiest way to slow down a quarterback like Daniels? You just don't give him the ball that often.
Absolutely.
And then if they get up, it's, obviously then pass rush city. Even though Daniels has been so good against the blitz, I don't know if that's a great idea. The game Sunday, we got Rams-Eagles. The Rams, I don't know. I'm so confused on what to think about them because they could be the frauds of the teams remaining. They weren't really great at anything. Their pass offense ranked 10th. Their rush offense 24th. On defense, they were 20th on pass defense, 22nd against the run. It's by far the worst for both sides of the ball on the defensive side. And then fantasy options, they were 23rd versus QB, 16th versus running backs, 19th versus receivers, 29th versus tight ends, not very good. The Eagles, on the other hand, just pretty much great against everything, especially on the defense. They were first against the pass, 10th against the run. Their rush offense ranked second. Their pass offense 29th. But I saw a stat the other day, Jalen Hurts, and the Eagles are, in all of their wins in the postseason, he's never eclipsed 180 yards. So I don't think they necessarily have to throw to be successful. And then again, playing people against the Eagles is tough. They were second against QB, second against running back, third against wide receivers, and fourth against tight ends and fantasy points allowed this year. And then the main event on Sunday evening, Ravens at Bills. That line has completely flipped, open with Buffalo being a 1.5-point favorite. It's now Baltimore is a 1-point favorite. The Ravens struggle with the pass, been much better. The second half, they were 32nd versus the pass, first versus the run. And then on the pass offense, they ranked 7th. Rush offense first. they were pretty bad against QBs, wide receivers, and tight ends, ranking 25th, 29th, and 18th. Good versus running backs, ranking 8th. The Bills, 24th in pass defense, 12th in rush defense, and were 9th both on the offensive side of the ball in pass and run offense. They really struggle with running backs, and I think that's going to be the key in that matchup is can they slow down Derrick Henry? Can they slow down Lamar Jackson? And Justice Hill, for that matter, who also kicked in that game, because I know everybody wants to make this the Lamar versus Allen game, and in so many ways it is, but I think Derrick Henry is by far the most important player in this game, because if they feed Derrick Henry, I don't think Buffalo can stop Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, that's if you look at their matchup from earlier in the season, I think the first play of the game was a huge Derrick Henry run, and you've been seeing Baltimore use Derrick Henry more in the Wildcat formation as well, with the direct snap going right to him.
How terrifying is that?
And then you motion Lamar.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
Yep. So good stuff coming out of Baltimore there. Keith, besides the season-long statistics, which team do you think is playing the best right now from each conference?
I mean, I think it's Baltimore in the AFC. Let's see Kansas City, though, because if you look, they were really good down the stretch, too. Like, their last 3 games were pretty impressive. The last 3 games that they actually played, obviously not counting Week 18 when they said everybody. On the NFC side, I really think it's Washington. I've been really impressed. Like, if you go back and look at their game versus Philly, where they had the comeback win, they followed it up with the win over Atlanta, and kind of a de facto sort of playoff game. And then, even winning a meaningless game versus Dallas, where, Daniels was out the entire second half, and just was so impressed. Tampa Bay had so much more experience in terms of guys that have played in meaningful playoff games. And they just look so smooth and calm and collective. And the big thing was the stat you read on Monday where, what was it? No QB has done it more than twice. Or, excuse me, no QB has done it 3 times in their career, right? Before Daniels.
Yeah, and he's the one that's done it all 3 times, yeah.
Yeah, with no punts. What was it? No punts, no turnovers, no sacks. Is that right?
I think that's it. I'm trying to remember. My memory's not that great.
I think it's just turnovers and punts.
And punts. Okay, but they're not wasting possession to the point, right? Like, they're getting points on every possession, whether it be field goals or touchdowns. And we'll start there with my DK lineup this week, that Jaden Daniels is the QB I'm rolling with. He's 7K. He scored 22 points or more in 7 straight. In those 7 games, 17 passing touchdowns, 445 rushing yards. We saw the best dual threat QB the Lions faced this season, Josh Allen, earlier, just go bananas versus him. Scored 44 points on DK, threw for 362, 2 passing touchdown, ran for another 68 with 2 rushing touchdowns. I think if Detroit, again, attempts to mimic their plan versus Minnesota where you blitz like crazy, not a good idea. Daniels the 3rd best against the blitz per QBR, 90.3 rating, because blitzing Daniels led to more scrambling opportunities, and we know how dangerous he is with his legs. I just think this game is going to have the most points scored, so you want pieces from it. The other QB that I would, feel really good about playing this week is Josh Allen, because I think it's going to take a true Superman performance by him to get, past Baltimore and back to the AFC title game. The running back, the most played guy I have this week, is there's no way I'm sitting Derrick Henry, even with his $8K price tag versus Buffalo. He's known for getting better as the season goes on. And his last 4 games, 633 rushing yards. That's 158 per, 5 rushing touchdowns. He's averaging just under 30 points per game on DraftKings in that span. And you mentioned this earlier, Ryan. Against the Bills, Week 4, 209 total yards, 2 touchdowns. Remember, he didn't play or see the ball in the 4th quarter at all. That's how much they were up in that game. The other back I'm running with is Ty Johnson of the Buffalo Bills. He's 4,500. He had his 3rd double-digit DraftKings game in his last 6 versus the Broncos last week, and the catch of the week. Like, what a play that was with his touchdown in the back of the end zone. He's doing all of his damage in the passing game, 11 catches for 204 yards and 2 scores over his last 6. It is practically impossible to run the ball versus Ravens as a running back. However, you can do damage against them catching passes if you're a running back. They allowed almost 5 receptions per game for 40 yards and basically a quarter of a touchdown per. I think there's a good chance Ray Davis misses this game. He got knocked out last week with a really scary concussion. That just means that Johnson could earn even more snaps, and I think he's going to be heavily involved in this game. I do like David Montgomery at 5,700 and Justice Hill at 4,800 as other plays at running back. The wide receiver, Puka Nacua, 7,400 versus the Eagles. There's a little risk because Philly has the best secondary in football, but I think the Eagles win this game. I think they win it fairly easily. And in the 7 games this season that the Rams had, that Puka played the entire game, and they either lost or it was competitive throughout, he's just been a monster. 80 targets, 59 receptions, 782 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's 11 targets per, 8 receptions per, over 110 yards per, and 25 points per game on DK. The first game, I think it's going to be pretty similar. Eagles dominated, won 37-20. In that game, Puka saw 13 targets, caught 9 passes for 117 yards, scored 23 points on DK. Terry F1 McLaurin is next at wide receiver, 6,300. The Lions allow the second most receptions and yards per game to opposing wide receivers. McLaurin is coming off his best season of his career with his best quarterback, no surprise. Catching almost 90 balls, 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. After last week's 20-point performance where he caught 7 more passes for 89 yards and a touchdown, he's now scored 20 points or more in 5 of his last 7. And again, I expect points in that game. Xavier Worthy's the third wide receiver at 5,200. His usage has really ramped up late in the season. His last 3 games, 31 targets, 21 receptions, almost 200 yards receiving. He also had 6 carries for 50 yards, scored 3 touchdowns, had 63 points on DraftKings over that 3-game span, scoring at least 19 points in all 3. And versus the Texans, earlier, it was during that span, he scored 20 points on DraftKings, which was his 3rd highest total of the season. He caught 7 passes, which is his 2nd highest total of the season. 65 yards receiving, his 3rd highest of the season. And his 11 targets were his highest total of the season. We just saw Ladd McConkey have a monster game versus the secondary. I really do like Worthy. I think they're going to unleash him in this playoffs. The other wide receiver suggestion for me is Nico Collins. The tight end, Sam Laporta, 4,200 versus Commanders. Laporta early this season was battling injuries, and just the Lions were figuring out the touch, share between all these weapons they have. He only had 3 games of 6+ targets, 1 game of 5 or more receptions, 3 games with 50+ receiving yards, and scored 3 touchdowns. That's over the first 11. And only 3 games with double-digit points on DK. The last 6, totally different story. He's had 6+ targets in 6 games, basically all of them, 45 total. 4 games with 5+ receptions, 4 games with 50+ yards. He scored 4 touchdowns and scored double-digit points in all 6. The other suggestions at tight end, Travis Kelce, who his numbers are just absurd in the playoffs. He's only $5K, and then Dalton Schultz, 3,300. My flex, another tight end, so you can see I like tight ends this week. That's Dallas Goedert. The Rams allow the 2nd most receiving yards, receptions, and the 6th most touchdowns per game to tight ends. Goddard has also ramped up at the end of the season. All 3 of his touchdowns this year came in his last 6 games. He scored 9.5 points on DK or more in 5 of 6, and seen 29 targets with 6 each in the last 2 games. Some other flex suggestions, I really like either Amari Cooper or Curtis Samuel. The Bills are going to have to throw on Baltimore. I really think that's the way that they're going to win, is Allen running around and then throwing on them. Both Cooper and Curtis Samuel are very good versus man, which Baltimore runs at a pretty high rate, and they blitz a good bit, which both of those guys have also done well against that. And then the defense, the Eagles, 3,400 versus the Rams. I rarely recommend spending up on a defense, but this is by far, in my opinion, the best defense left in the playoffs. Since Week 12, they've only allowed 19.25 points per game. That's 20 points or less in 7 of 8. They've played 5 playoff teams in that span, so not exactly playing a bunch of schmucks. And then they're creating turnovers at an absurd rate over their last 4. 8 interceptions, 6 fumbles recovered. And when they faced the Rams earlier this season, they had a season-high 5 sacks against them. I think, again, they're going to get a lot of pressure and force, Matthew Stafford and that offense to figure out something. I just think they're going to struggle moving the ball. I also like the Texans at 2,700. Again, the Chiefs have had issues pass protecting. Texans have one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. And that's basically my DK plays for the divisional round playoffs. Sadly, 3 weeks to go, boys.
I know. 3 weeks to go indeed. But it's here this weekend. Got to enjoy it while we can. That is for certain. Keith, who do you think's got the easiest route to the Super Bowl out of the 8 remaining teams?
Wow, that's such a good question. I guess I would have to say the Detroit Lions. You know, they have home games, right? Like, they're going to be at home, and they're facing a Commanders team nobody thought would be here. And then, again, Philly, I would think, at home is a much easier task. If somehow the Rams upset them, they get a team that they beat earlier this year, that they beat last year in the playoffs. But you want to say the Chiefs. Again, I don't want to disrespect them, but it's just so tough to know. I do think they're going to obviously win this week, but knowing that either the Bills or Ravens are coming to town, and I don't know if the Chiefs have the offense this year, say their defense cannot put the clamps down on the Ravens or the Bills to keep up. If it turns into a shootout, I would slightly lean Lions. Who do you think?
My initial thought, like you said, would be the Chiefs, and that's just because I mean, if the Texans have the same kind of game plan they had last week against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, I think that gives them I think they got to run that same playbook back as far as the defensive side of the ball, and just, we know Patrick Mahomes gets frustrated when he's under pressure. Now, can he do a lot of things when he's scrambling and outside the pocket? Absolutely. He's one of the best to ever do it. However, the way you beat the Chiefs is you get pressure and you frustrate Patrick Mahomes, because he does not play well when he is frustrated and he's in his own head. And I think the Texans,
especially up the middle, right?
Yeah,
like that's the big key, is to get pressure up the middle of Mahomes.
And you can't pursue past him. You can't lose that edge, because I've seen it personally a million times. As he just gets that edge and gets to the outside, and then you don't know if you want to hit him out of bounds or not, and the quarterbacks can kind of tiptoe that line, knowing you can't
sneaky
really
fast, man.
Yep.
He really is.
He is
like,
sneaky
you
fast.
think that he's not going to blow by you, and then he does.
It's one for the dad bods out there, Jay Henley. The dad bods can still move around pretty decently.
Yes, they can.
No doubt, no doubt. Keith, well, we always appreciate you jumping on with us, and I know you're going to enjoy this weekend very much. Hopefully you can win some cash money these last few weekends of the season.
Absolutely. Be sure to check out my article on Fantasy Six Pack, because I'm going to do a full preview this week along with my favorite stacks and values. And then, again, we will get together on Friday night on Fantasy and Frames, Thursday night on Fantasy Six Pack, covering this slate in total. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And if you can get some warm weather, Jay Henley, coming our way soon, I'd be greatly appreciative of it.
Stan McIntyre texted me this morning there, Keith Fleming. So I would love to make the trip up there for a good weekend, but unfortunately it looks like the weather's not going to be good for quite some time. So
that means one of his honeys up there in that neck of the woods isn't ready for him to come, Keith.
Or she's migrating south.
Yes, there you go. Or making the trip down
Really?
here. Yeah. Jay,
come on.
I know how your schedule works.
No.
That's why we're doing a Love Connection show. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
All right, Keith, have a great week.
Gotta have a honey for every area code, huh, Jay?
That's it. I've got...
Dave, Jay, Ryan, have a great one, guys.
You too.
You too, bud.
You too. Oh, all right.
Jay is blushing over there.
No, I just wish you would have said the real thing instead of honeys.
Oh.
Yeah, but no.
Well, just take out the NEY.
Honeys and change it to O's. I mean, it is it's a Ludacris song?
I think it is, yeah.
You should know the ATO.
Yeah. Luda.
There's another, speaking of that, there's another Diddy doc out, and it's on Peacock.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Firing on all cylinders.
All cylinders in
Slipping and sliding.
Oh, goodness. We need to take a break. All right. We'll be back with our final segment after this.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents Wrestling Against Cancer 10. Proceeds to help Ryan Holland. Stars to appear Mike Steele, Donnie B, AJ Stokes, Kelly Mann, and exciting women's wrestling with T. Gaines, JC Black, and more. Wrestling Against Cancer 10, Saturday, February 8th at Bay Haven Charter Academy in Panama City. Tickets available at the door. More info at ESPNPC.com.
Do you hear a squealing sound when you're braking? How about a clunking when turning? Shaking while under acceleration? These are all problems that Alford Tire and Service Center in Callaway can solve. With our friendly staff and trusted mechanics, we here at Alford offer a wide variety of services to keep you on the road and driving, which comes back with our nationwide warranty and easy financing options. Located in beautiful Callaway on Tyndall Parkway, we do it all at Alford Tire and Service Center.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
Do you suffer from political talk radio fatigue? And tune into the most fun and exciting new radio show on the Gulf Coast. It's The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we are back. Final segment of this Wednesday afternoon. Jay, my computer died. So guess what? You're up again.
Oh, boy.
LOL.
LOL. Hey, back when we were kids, we had the water fountain. I was thinking about this earlier. Were you guys the type of guys that would, put your cheek up against, the little silver bar thing? Or would you wait for the rain? But you know how
I know how it works.
Yeah, what would you do? Because
it depends on because not all water fountains are built the same.
Gotcha.
Some have little streams, some have big streams.
Yeah. But I always ended up behind
check for prostate cancer, boys.
Yeah. Jay, you scheduled that colonoscopy yet?
Not yet.
All right, you
not yet.
Get to it.
Yeah,
I'll make some phone calls if you want me to. I'm just gonna need to see your ID and your insurance card, and I'll get it all set up for you.
Okay, so you're gonna do the colonoscopy?
No, I'll assist you in making the appointment.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I still got some time.
Okay, yeah, you do, but. No, I always ended up around the.
You were a cheek putter on the silver.
No,
thing, right?
No. But the guy or the boy or girl in front of me always was the one that would put their whole mouth over the silver thing.
It was like the thing so it didn't spray.
Yeah, the guard.
The guard. The water fountain guard. Yes, for sure.
Anyways,
that's see, those are the poll questions that I remember you asking.
We haven't done a poll in a while.
You haven't done a poll question in quite some time. That would have been a poll question.
I've just been waiting for you to ask me.
How about you just came off recess, you worked hard, you were the MVP of recess,
right.
You had 6 touchdown receptions, 4 interceptions, and you had 17 tackles. You just wanted some water, and you saw the water fountain, and you're like, oh, this is going to be glorious, and then you hit the thing, and it doesn't hardly come out.
Oh, man.
How disappointed would you be?
Very disappointing.
Yeah.
And you just didn't want to get your cheek up against the guard thing.
Well, and depending on the water quality, usually you'd have a lot of the green, from the hard water.
Yeah.
What is the putting your cheek up against the thing?
It's just gross.
Oh, I thought you were trying to check and see if it was cold or not.
No, but the silver.
I put my mouth on where it comes out of.
He put his entire mouth over that.
Mm-hmm.
Cover it up. I even got a little of the mouth guard inside of my cheek.
Yeah. Actually, that's a way to ensure that you're getting it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of what it is like a mouth guard.
Minerals and immunity, baby.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, anyways.
No, good question.
Just memories.
Memories indeed.
I miss water fountains.
I know.
I do too.
R.I.P.
I just want to have one in the back of my truck. It's always ready to go.
Right.
Instead of water, I'm drinking gasoline, baby.
That's good for the digestive system.
Yeah, it clears you out.
Yeah. help keep things running, so to speak.
87?
More of a 93.
93.
Dang.
It just kind of helps with the esophagus lining. 87.
A little rough.
Yeah. And a little bit more deposits in there, whereas 93 is a lot smoother.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Got to pay for smooth.
Yeah, you
It's
do.
true. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not just something that's given to you.
That's right.
Although you're smooth, according to Keith.
No. Keith's living in a fantasy world.
He does cover fantasy sports at length, so he is indeed living in a fantasy world.
Way to pay attention, Jay.
What's the
Great
irony
job.
of that? Yeah.
It's significantly ironic. It's like rain on your wedding day, Jay. All right, a couple local scores from yesterday. Arnold Marlins boys soccer finished up their final home game of the season with a very solid 4-0 victory over a very good West Florida team. Arnold now moves to 12-1-3 on the season. I know their season's not over, but I do know that was their final home game, as I did see it was senior night there last night over at the Abyss at Gavlak Stadium. Pretty impressive stuff, too, from the Marlins. I believe they lost 8 or 9 seniors from their national championship team last year, and they're right back at it. They forced to be reckoned with. Yes, their schedule, they have a road game to finish up the season on Friday at Tate. That'll be at 7 p.m. at Tate, and they'll try to finish the season out on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they win, 8-game winning streak, with the playoffs obviously looming around. They are currently ranked number 15th nationally, number 3 in the state of Florida, and all of Florida, number 2 in Class A, and then of course ranked number 1 here in the Panama City area. Who's ranked number 1 in their class, Jay? I bet it's one of those Tampa Jesuit teams or something like that. I guess I can't pull it up on here. My computer doesn't work, so.
What's the website?
You probably don't have access. Max Preps.
Oh, yeah.
You could have access, though, because you could say you're in the media.
Yeah.
Because you are.
Or coach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but golf, you guys don't use Max Preps, right?
You've got to set it up, but yes, you have
all
the
your
potential.
Scoring and stuff is done through the FHSAA app.
The I Wanna Maker app.
The I Wanna Maker?
Yeah.
Same as the trophy for the PGA Championship? The
Yep.
Wanna Maker trophy?
Sure enough.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Jay, were you posting on Facebook during the show?
Posting pictures of kids.
Hey.
No did he?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I like how you're kind of highlighting each one of the kids signing up for
It's kind of cool, ain't
for
it?
your camp. Yeah, and some of the pictures are pretty neat, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
That one you posted yesterday, was that at Santa Rosa?
The one that Max Rish, that had to be down south, like Jamaica or something.
Well, yeah, that clearly
Like
was.
Jamaica.
Yeah. Jamaica's down south, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
The one yesterday was Brady. Oh, yeah, Brady Lent over Santa Rosa.
It looked like Santa Rosa.
Yeah. But, no, I mean, it'll be, yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
You got a bunch signed up so far?
Yeah, I mean, there's like 10 or 11 signed up so far. A lot of Mosley kids, a few Arnold kids.
So you were the head coach of last year?
Arnold. Yeah.
Weird. Mostly Mosley kids?
I mean.
Yeah, let's dive into that debacle.
Come on, guys.
It's been a tough day for you, Jay.
It has.
Look,
it
when
has.
we give you the opportunity to talk,
no, hold on.
we should talk.
Let me back up a second. I would say it's about 50-50. 50-50 on the Mosley Arnold participation.
What about Bay?
No Bay kids right now.
Wonder why.
I don't know.
Where was your first high school golf coaching stint?
I was at Bay.
There you go.
Yeah.
And now you got no kids signed up for your program.
We still got 17 more days.
Okay, well, tell everybody how they can sign up and what the program entails.
Golf with
Jay's
Jay.
hitting us with the side eyes right now.
Golfwithjay.com.
Leave me alone.
Golfwithjay.com.
That's it.
If you're
Was there a
an
little drop down that you can pick this particular camp? Preseason training camp.
Preseason.
I love that name, too.
Preseason training camp starting February 2nd.
Which is right around the corner.
It is. And if you are an 8th grader right now and you don't know where you're going to high school, totally cool. But you can come join us as a 9th grader next year because, if you're going to play in Emerald Coast events or Under Armour, I think Under Armour's really, gaining some traction there. Yeah.
Not Dateline NBC.
No. But there's quite a few kids that have signed up for Under Armour this spring in the 5th and 6th
the more
grade.
tournaments, the more reps, the better.
Absolutely. And so yeah, me and Coach Michael are going to try to, change some habits. I keep talking about changing habits. It's January, and I know I probably have a few habits I need to probably work on myself. But yeah, we're just trying to get clubs in the kids' hands early in the season. So
balls in hands, clubs in hands.
That's it.
Tees in pockets.
Yep. Ball markers on your shoelaces.
I still don't think that would work, but who knows? Who knows? On the shoe, though, I think is a brilliant idea.
Well, if you get like those small ones, like on the that you have on your glove, I think that'll work on your shoelace.
Yeah.
You just got to crimp it or something.
Or you get the snap piece that actually goes on the glove that snaps it in. You could snap it on the shoelace.
Yeah,
right through the middle.
Or put a hole in it and then put it onto your shoelace and then tie a knot, and then it'll take you 20 minutes to get your ball marker. But dadgummit, you got it there.
You got it.
Or you just put a piece of change in your pocket.
I was about to say a quarter in your pocket.
Yep. That seems to be hard to come by nowadays.
It is.
Most of our coin tosses before football games are digital.
Yeah, I'm going to start bringing a quarter with me.
Yeah. Here's a quarter. Call someone who cares. This is what they do. Jay, heads or tails?
Heads.
Hey, Siri, heads or tails?
Is that for real going on now?
Heads.
Really?
Yep. What are you doing? You want the ball?
Yeah, I want the ball.
Okay, you're not deferring your option in the second half? Okay.
Yeah, give me the ball.
Give you the ball.
Huh. Is that what they're really doing?
Seriously?
Is that what they'll do in the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, I don't think so. Usually they have It's very loud, is what I was getting at.
I didn't know my mic was on, my bad.
It's like, no, it adds to the ambiance. It fills the time when Jay's not saying anything. No, the Super Bowl always has a very commemorative coin, very fancy coin that's commemorative. It's like part of it.
Yeah.
You can bet on that too. Heads or tails, coin toss. 50-50 shot every time. No matter how many times you flip it, still 50-50 every time.
Yeah.
I learned that in statistics in college.
It just seems to never work, though.
What doesn't work?
The 50-50 thing.
I don't get it.
I don't know. I mean...
It doesn't work?
Mm-mm. Think about going back, you think about going back to your golf cart. You got 2 golf carts. Always go to the one that's not mine every time.
I don't think that has to do with 50-50. I think that's just
50-50.
I think it's just situational awareness.
50-50 chance you go back to your golf cart, the one that have your clubs on the back of that
and
golf
I never
cart.
go there, ever.
Short-term
That's
memory
just bad
loss.
math.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if that's a good example of a pure 50-50.
Sure.
I think my stat probability teacher would say no on that one. 'Cause you're making a decision at that point. You're not leaving it up to chance.
Yeah.
Whereas when you flip that coin, you're technically leaving it up to chance.
Unless your name was Chance. Then.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Or you landed on that. Oh, yay! That chance spot. We successfully navigated this final segment. Inside Drive coming up at 4. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, January 16th. Thanks for tuning in, and we apologize again one more time.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents
Wrestling Against Cancer.
live men's and women's professional wrestling returns to Panama City on Saturday, February 8th at the Bay Charter Academy.
Come see the most exciting professional wrestling on the Panhandle.
Wrestling Against Cancer number 10. Proceeds go toward Ryan Holland's cancer expenses. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
More information, ESPNPC.com.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN.